Okay, so question 3, when you read this, it talks about a 400-meter race and there are 10 hurdles all together, okay? And the spacing between the hurdles is mentioned here. The distance between each pair of hurdles is 35 meters, okay? And start the first hurdle is 45 meters, and then from the last hurdle to the end is 40 meters. So it's slightly different there in terms of between the first and last hurdle and start and finish. So Nia wants to have 10 hurdles in a 625-meter race, and basically what is the distance got to be between each of the hurdles. Now what I would do with this here, I would look at sort of what's going on here in terms of the relationship of this race here, okay, in the 400 meters. Let's look at the 400-meter one, okay, so we get some sort of understanding. So the start, okay, the start we call S, and there are literally, what are we looking at, 45 meters, okay, until the first hurdle. Okay, so we're looking now at this situation which they've given us before we go on to trying to work out this situation. So it's 45 meters until the first hurdle, okay, so hurdle 1, okay, and then there is a 35-meter gap then between each of the hurdles. All right, now I'm not going to necessarily draw all that in because I'm not going to fit it all in, but basically you will get to the last hurdle, which is hurdle 10, because there's 10 hurdles, and then 40 meters until the end. Okay, so there's 40 meters then from the last hurdle until the end point, the finish. Now what I would do is, because we know overall this is 400 meters, I would work out what gap there is between hurdle 1 and hurdle 10. Okay, and that's easily done because we know this is 45 meters, we know that's 40 meters, so in total we've got, if you think about it, 45 and 40 is 80, isn't it? 85 meters. Okay, so what we can do then is, if the start bit and the end bit is 85 meters, we can see what's left over then from that 400 meters. So we take 400 meters, we take 85 away from it, we get 315 meters. So the gap here is 315 meters. Right? Now, we know there are 10 hurdles here, but we also know 35 meters in between each hurdle, right? So there are gaps here of 35 meters, okay, loads of 35 meters. So we need to see really how many gaps there are, of 35 meters. In other words, how many times does 35 meters go into 315? If you use that, 315 divide by 35 meters, you get 9. There are 9 gaps here. 9 gaps. And that's important, and I've done this just so you to understand this first situation here. There are actually 9 gaps. If you've got 10 hurdles, there will be 9 gaps. Okay, that's true always. If you've got 10 people lined up, okay, then there are going to be 9 spaces in between those 10 people. Okay, just think about it logically. You know, there's always one less. If you've got 3 hurdles, for instance, 3 hurdles, let's just do 3 hurdles, that's easier. You see you've got 2 gaps in total. So 3 hurdles, there will be a gap of 35 meters, another gap of 35 meters. But 3 hurdles produces 2 gaps. 10 hurdles will produce 9 gaps, always one less. You do the same situation now with here, so we do 625 meters. Okay, so we've got the start and finish thing again going on. Okay, so at the start we've got 45 meters until the first hurdle, so hurdle 1. Then at the end we've got 40 meters. Okay, till the finish. So in between here, then let's see what that gap is. So we've got 45 and 40 is 85. So 625 take away 85 is 540. So this gap here is 540. This huge gap between hurdle 1 and hurdle 10. But just remember, there are 10 hurdles, there are going to be 9 gaps. So you've just got to do 540 divide by 9 and do that on your calculator, and you'll come out with 60 meters. Okay, let me just double check that. Okay, because it is a calculator paper, so use your calculator indeed. So that gap distance between each pair is going to be 60 meters.